Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Emma. I am a mom of twins, a Montessori trained teacher, and today I have 15 non-walking baby activities for you to start using in your home with your little one. I know for me, I'm just anxiously awaiting that next milestone when my boys start walking, and they're not there yet, and that is just fine. And so I have some activities that I want to provide you with today through my Montessori lens background that will hopefully provide some more fun, excitement, and encouragement for the stage that your baby is in right now. Let's get into it. So I have broken these activities up into 3 different categories. The first is like traditional toys, shelf work type activities. The second is gross motor activities. And the third category, and probably my favorite and what takes up most of our day, is practical life type activities. So the first activity that you can offer to your baby is wooden knobbed or chunky knobbed puzzles. They can sit or stand at a low table or shelf to work on a puzzle. The next activity that you could offer to your baby is a bead mover. And a bead mover I have found to be a wonderful activity to work on those fine motor skills, just the dexterity of moving these beads along the wire. A hit in our home are these pat bells. They are musical bells. The set that we have is 1 octave of notes, and you can pat them with your hand, and it reminds me of those bells that you would find at a hotel lobby when you're ringing to get someone's attention. And so these are a wonderful activity for babies, but also this set comes with a little booklet of songs that you can play, so they will extend into those early childhood years and be lots of fun for so many years to come. And I will be linking all of these toys and any related blog posts to this content in the description box below, so make sure to check that out to get all of the details. I'll also be linking a free ebook to how you can create a Montessori inspired home in 5 easy steps. It will guide you through just some of those beginning steps and stages to be thinking about if you are interested and looking for more practical ways to bring Montessori into your home and to your baby. So let's keep going. The next activity that I have for you is a coin box activity. And this is such a fun activity at this age. It is kind of a continuation of like a ball drop activity. So if your baby hasn't done that, that's a good place to start. But then this coin drop activity is a little bit more challenging. It's just a really fun thing at this stage. As you can see, my boys like to use it in all sorts of ways and explore it in many ways, and that is perfectly okay. They are exploring and figuring out how it works. Another great toy activity for your baby is stacking rings on a dowel. You could use a chunky one like the one we have, or even a smaller one. I'll link a few below for you to check out, but this is such a great activity for really that work of crossing the midline, because they are having to bring that ring in front of them and post it onto a dowel. A really fun and exciting baby and toddler activity, even into like older toddlers. My nephews who are older than 2 love this activity when they come to my house, is this pop-up peg toy. And this toy has little springs, and these little peg guys pop down and spring up, and your baby will be working on figuring out how to get it to pop up, how to release their finger so it pops up, posting the peg into the holes. All of that is really good fine motor work. It's a really fun and engaging activity for them. I find that they concentrate on this activity for a long period of time, which is really enjoyable to see. Those are the toy-based activities that I have for you. Now let's dive into some gross motor activities. One way that we can support our non-walking babies is through a walker wagon. We have this radio flyer walker wagon. They got it for their first birthday, and it's just a wonderful, very solid toy. I like how large it is. I like the wagon portion of it. You can put objects and toys in it. They can climb in and out of it. The sides are removable, and so They'll kind of get in and out of it, push one another on it. It has never tipped over. It's just very sturdy. I would say the one drawback is for a baby just starting to take those steps, supported with like a wagon or a walker, it can move kind of quickly, so you might need to put something in the basket or in the wagon portion of it to weigh it down. A twin works very well for this, but I've heard cookbooks or just even a few extra toys stored in there to slow the wagon down when they're just getting started. I find that that is not necessary these days since they've been using it for a few months now. Another great thing to have in your home environment is a pickler triangle. You see ours behind me. This is just a wonderful way to encourage climbing and movement. I find that they have been climbing on things well before they were walking. I mean, they're not walking, they're 14 months old, and they can climb this triangle, and they enjoy climbing this triangle, and they get a lot of pride and excitement from it. So I would encourage a pickler triangle or some other climbing contraption for your home. I'll link a few blog posts about how you can choose one, some recommendations that I have if you're looking to invest in a climbing triangle for your little one. And my third gross motor activity is just a basket of balls. This is a really simple, fun way to promote movement. Naturally, balls, they roll around, they can be tossed, and as they move about so quickly, your baby will crawl after them, and crawling is just so good for their development. And so I'm really trying to lean into that, this idea that they are going to develop at their own rate, at their own pace. And if I have an environment prepared to support and meet those needs, they will do things when they're ready. So those are my gross motor activity suggestions. Now, our last category, and like I said, my favorite category, probably something I use most of our day, is practical life exercises or activities. And practical life is a term that we use in Montessori a lot, really to just mean just practical life, the things of our daily life that are purposeful. And I find that it's in these activities that requires so much of our baby's attention and focus, and joy comes from these things. So one of these things is unloading the dishwasher. And I was hesitant to start this because I knew that they weren't walking. How could they help me with this task? But they can kind of support themselves on the dishwasher, and I've shown them how to hand me the different pieces of silverware from the dishwasher. They can even begin to hand me some of the plates. So this has been a great way to build connection with my babies, and they really enjoy doing this task with me. So unloading the dishwasher is a great activity to do with your little one. Another great practical life exercise that you can do with your baby is laundry, and this could look like a lot of different things. For our boys at 14 months old, it looks like them helping to pull the wet clothes out of the washing machine, and they can yank them all out. I kind of showed them how to tug on them to get them to come out, and then I'll put them into the dryer. When things are dry, I'll put them out onto the drying door, and they can kind of pull them down into a basket or load them into a bag. And so it's been a really fun way to get things done around the house, but include them in this purposeful work. Another big part of our day is getting dressed and brushing teeth and hair. And so in our Montessori nursery, if you want a tour of that, I'll link a video up in the cards here. But in our Montessori nursery, we have a dressing chair, and a dressing chair is really just a small chair that your baby can sit on. It allows their feet to touch the floor, and I find that this is super helpful because it gives them more stability when we're getting dressed, so that they don't have to spend all of their energy on being stable. They can sit solidly and focus on the process of getting dressed, and so they can pull the shirt down over their head and guide their arms through their sleeves and stand up. There are a lot of opportunities for collaboration with your child during the getting dressed process. The same goes for brushing teeth and hair. I just have a small basket with their hairbrushes and toothbrushes, and they have had many opportunities to use these tools, and they understand what they're for, and they really enjoy and love using them. I find it can be a really great thing to just give them to hold on to well, maybe I'm changing their diaper as well, and they are occupied with it, and it's a very purposeful, meaningful thing for them to be doing. The last 3 practical life activities that you can do and offer to your baby are related to the time in the kitchen. And so around the feeding experience, I find that there are so many opportunities for our children to be independent when it comes to food and learning how to eat. So one of those is having a snack at a low table. We both have high chairs and we have this Montessori weaning table. And what I like about it is the chairs are so low and the table is so low that they can sit, they can get in and out of the chairs on their own. They can sit and have a snack. Sometimes I'll just put something on the table and say, boys, I have a snack for you. You can come and get it. And they'll come over, crawl over, climb up into their chairs and have a snack. And it's just worked out really well. It's very organic and creates a lot of autonomy in our home for them. Another part of the feeding process that we have used to create more independence is offering them an open cup to drink from. We started this around 6 months of age when they started their feeding journey, and we just have these small weaning cups. Again, I have a whole blog post about different open cups that you could choose, just a few different varieties that we've liked. I'll link that below so you can check that out if you're interested in using an open cup with your little one. And it's been a journey, but now they're very capable and confident in drinking from an open cup, and it's pretty impressive, and I'm just really grateful that we started doing that because they love it. So drinking from an open cup is another really great opportunity for your baby. The last activity, seems odd to call it an activity, but the last thing that your baby can do is use real silverware. I have this small infant toddler sized silverware for them, and they are just starting. We probably started it later than I even should have, but I didn't have it on hand. So got it more recently, and they have been learning how to manipulate and use their forks and their spoons to pick up and get their food to their mouth. It's a very much a learning process. It's not going to be super neat and tidy. It is messy, but they enjoy doing it, they love doing it, and they can do it, which is just super cool. All right, so I'm going to give you just a quick recap on all of these activities that I have for you. The first is knobbed puzzles, then a bead mover, pat bells or anything musical, a coin box, stacking rings on a dowel, the pop-up peg toy. Gross motor activities are things like the walker wagon, a pickler triangle, and a basket of balls. Practical life activities you can do with your baby are unloading the dishwasher, doing laundry, getting dressed, having a snack, drinking from an open cup, and using silverware. Thanks for watching today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. That seems to help the algorithm. If you're looking for more Montessori-inspired content, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I make one new video every Friday about Montessori and Montessori-inspired homemaking in our home with twins. So I'd love to have you join this community. You could even join my email list to get all of the updates and notifications about new blog posts, new videos, and things of that sort. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.